someone who has scrolled through Instagram Reels all through the pandemic, you have most likely come across this one trend of Kala Chashma. Today we have with us in Be Famous this crew that started off this trend that got the likes of Demi, Lovato, Jimmy Fallon and Kili grooving. Please welcome international dance crew Quick Style. Thank you for joining us. Like I mentioned, you set off this trend of Kala Chashma that got the world grooving, right? You have been, sort of trend setters than trend followers. How has that thought process sort of helped you, in your way ahead in your content curation?
So the Kala Chashma trend was not made to be a trend. It was basically something that we made for him, and we made because we had fun with it.
Right.
And if you do something fun wholeheartedly and you do it with technique and with a good group of friends, most likely you will, trend somewhere. But in this case, it became bigger than we could ever imagine.
I mean, I guess a lot of Indian audience sort of got very excited that their song was a trend made by this international crew. What percentage of audience is Indian from what you see?
It's been actually a lot. We have the demographics from India is more than 50%. So basically half of our followers are from here.
And what is your second highest viewership sort of thing?
It's spread all over the place. You have
Philippines,
Japan, USA, everywhere.
Europe.
How do you sort of bring that East and West integration in your content, right? And how do you see the audience responding to it?
Like from outside, Bollywood has always been somehow international because there is people who watch Bollywood in Russia,
right,
in UK, in US, in even Norway. So it's always been international. It's just like by default, like we have been choreographing for Koreans, Japanese, Western styles.
Right.
So when we touched the Bollywood songs, it had a different dynamite. That's what I think of the analysis I had.
I mean, what do you think the Indian audience resonates with the most when it comes to your content?
It's for them. I think it's nostalgic. It reminds them of something, like something classic, and we put like heart into it.
Yeah,
so they feel it.
The way we enjoy and present the song is just filled with real feelings. So I think like people have real attachment and feelings to the songs. And that's why they resonate with it.
So you tap into the emotions and feelings of the Indian audience than just a content.
Yes.
That's great. I mean, but I also hear that it's not just dance that a lot of you do. You have your corporate life beyond. Some of you might have that. How do you sort of ensure that one doesn't trade over the other and you manage both the lives of yours?
I mean, none of us here are 100% corporate. Like we are entrepreneurs, serial entrepreneurs. We're trying out different fields.
Right.
But in the end, it all boils down to creative, right? So we're trying to kind of take the creative and build it so it can impact a lot of the corporate businesses around.
Great. Having so many people in the team sometimes might get a little tedious for some. How do you sort of, balance that choreography and collaboration within the team? How do you ensure that things are seamless within the team when you have to put out content?
It's not always seamless.
Always
When we work together. Yeah. But that's the part of the magic. Yeah. And the process.
Sometimes we don't know where it's gonna go, but we just know we have to try and do our best. And it's
the quality as well.
Yeah.
Like we have like a set quality that we need to achieve, and if we don't achieve, that content will not see the light, right? So we always work very messy sometimes and very structured sometimes, but we need to reach the quality for us to post it.
How do you, plan to stay connected with your audience, right, in the near future as well, and ensure that things don't get monotonous to them?
For us, it's been like it's a rule we made where we want to make them part of our journey.
Right.
It's not like we are following our journey alone and just watch us. It's like people are feeling they are also winning together with us for whatever we do. So, and I think that's a great feeling to give someone who likes someone. I would like to, if I support someone and he make me feel or she make me feel that I'm winning with her, it's that's the plan.
You know, coming to brand collaborations, right? Do you get a lot of brand and endorsement opportunities coming your way?
Yes.
And you know, how has it been like, and what is your approach to brands when they approach you?
Like we have it's very important for us that we make sure that the brand look good. And it look good on us, and the collaboration looks
Innovating,
very organic and very
innovating.
genuine.
It needs to be successful mutually. Like both part needs to feel like this is something we can do again, you know.
And how do you make that successful? Like, what are some criteria that, you know, brands need to look into before they approach QuickStyle? For that matter?
I like to think that we can work with anyone.
Anyway,
That's our rule. We can work with anyone, and it's up to the creativity to solve that.
yes.
Right.
And that's where we take the challenge.
So, are you like very rigid with the scripts or the idea or the brief that a brand might give you, or do you get that sort of flexibility from the brand's end as well?
Usually we get the flexibility.
It depends on the brand, right? Some brands have like a certain, you know, like things that they want to have within the screen, and some brands just give us full freedom to create. And you know, like we play on different playgrounds, and we want to be able to play on, you know, all rules.
Right, and also, you know, we were speaking of trends and setting trends, right? Do you see a lot of you know, requests from the brands and on doing some trends and, you know, giving the idea, the most used request, viral, let's go viral. So do you get that from a lot from the brands?
Yeah, we have gotten that many times.
And what's your response to that?
We've done it.
But at the same time, you cannot create something viral.
Yeah.
Because viral is when it goes out of your control without you knowing it.
So I feel like for us, we can replicate and we can do some like similar things, but to create like a viral trend is not something that anyone can do, or else they would have done it, you know, every single day, 5 times a day, and become the most famous people. So we're still working with figuring out like what are the reasons for things to become successful, and then we're slowly trying to understand that and use that in our strategy when we work with brands.
One of the key things that QuickStyle, if anyone goes to a QuickStyle's Insta, for example, one thing is multiculturalism that we see. You tap into cultures and use them youthfully. How has that sort of helped you in your content, the request that has come from brands? Has that been an aspect brands have been looking for?
So what we got as feedback from brands is that they just feel like working with us feels like it reaches the whole world. And it's because of the diversity, but also our language, our digital language as well. We're trying to kind of like include everyone, you know, so we're focusing a lot of on inclusion and also on keeping the values in one place and not like all over the place, you know. So the brands have given us really good feedback on that.
All right. And any plans further with the multiculturalism bit? What is the thought process that goes into that?
To unite the world, we believe everyone is one, and to represent that.
Lovely. And you're coming to one of your biggest collaborations, if I were to say, the BTS work that you did. How did that play out? How did BTS collaboration play out post the news was out that QuickStyle was involved in this? How did it play out for you?
It was when we did Boy With Love. That was the one who really like came out that
Made impact.
made a huge impact.
And was nominated as well, like on the VMAs as choreographers. So that was the impact that put the eye on us and BTS together.
And did you see a surge in the endorsement opportunities that came your way post that?
Post to that,
I mean, like
J-pop.
So we've been doing a lot of choreographies afterwards.
Yes.
Great.
these guys.
Yes.
Great. And also, I believe you have a QuickStyle has a studio in Oslo. Right. Is it just the crew that gets these opportunities from brands, or do you see a lot of opportunities coming the studio's way as well? And what sort of opportunities are there?
There's tons.
Yeah, we do different. Like studio is more than just us. We have like it's more ladies than men in our studio. So it's true. and the studio doing their own collaborations, and we are just a part of the studio.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of groups there. It's a lot of people, a lot
Yeah,
of actors.
It has its own life.
Yes, like, you know, individual people doing something on their own business, you know. So we're helping everyone. Everyone is helping each other. It's a small hub where we just support each other.
And as for us three, since we are very much in the field working with brands, and we see their campaigns and we see what they want to promote, and we have, you know, like the people that they are looking for within the house, because there's 350 kids.
Yeah,
You
these
know,
guys, these guys they have their own brand, Vimo. They do productions. He's just signed with Sony.
He's a singer.
Sings.
Lovely.
Yeah.
He's launching his new song end of this month.
And he's like a super professional dancer.
Yeah, educating professional in dance.
For everyone else, to be continued.
And this guy is a professional to say mahal
Mahal
kita. No, but everyone have different, you know, way of working.
No, but interesting you mentioned about the number of women in the studio than men. You know, do we expect to see women a part of the
Yeah, why
studio
not?
as well?
Yeah. I mean, I would create a new group and, you know, brand them, you know.
So it's important for us to separate what's art and what's business, right?
Right.
So what we are today is still art. So we don't define the members of the group by strategy. It's basically by what comes natural and what we feel we can create.
If it's like a circle, you know, I think business is also a part of the whole system somehow. I don't know, so I feel everything plays pretty well when you have all the elements.
How do you strike that balance between your, say, artistic vision and your creative goals and still stay sort of relevant to your audience, right?
Like there's a lot more work into, you know, like preparations and thinking and discussing, you know, like normally if it's any other projects or groups, it's very quickly just like, yeah, just add this, do this.
We're still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, and even when we all try to figure out, we still haven't solved it 100%. So we are a work in progress, all of us, still.
Great. And lastly, if QuickStyle were to be, you know, a brand, you know, what is the brand vision for QuickStyle like in the near future?
Oh, we are all over the world.
Yeah, I think it could be many
It's
things.
to help someone to find their style, themselves, their purpose, and their, you know, like if it's someone, like give people confidence.
Right.
And also unifying the world through creative tools, you know.
I would say it becomes something
Pinterest. Give people Pinterest.
Yeah, I believe we are more than just dance, and I feel we have a lot to give. We want to become something the world haven't seen before.
We are very, you know, excited and intrigued to see that side of QuickStyle in that case. Thank you so much.
Thank
for
you.
Thank you so much for joining us today. This is Sohini Ganguly signing off.